Let's move into a little real estate update.
All right, let's do it.
What do you think's going to happen? Is what, July 16th, something like that we're filming this. So we're just starting the second half of the year. What's your prediction for where things are going to go the last half of 2025?
I think our area is going to continue to move pretty good. And obviously, it's going to be rate driven.
Yeah.
If we get rates down, and if we get them down more than we think, I think it could really light back up because there's not an overabundance of inventory still. Amazingly,
Yeah.
I mean, and then especially, the neighborhoods that everybody wants to be in with the nice house, there's not any of that. I mean, those are still moving in a day or two. So I think us locally, it could pick back up even more.
Yeah.
Now, I do think there's other cities, like there's places in Florida I'm seeing where prices are dropping, and so it's going to be segmented a little different than just broad decline like everybody thinks about for 2008. But I don't know, what you thinking?
Well, I think you're hitting on something. First of all, I think real estate is super local.
Yeah.
So what's happening in Florence isn't even what's going to happen in Charleston or Columbia or the beach or Greenville.
Yeah.
I think, what we've seen over the last 6 months or so is new construction in Florence is still super hot.
Yeah.
And because people are moving in, and even though they're having to stomach the rates at 7%, they're moving here and they're buying new construction. But the secondary market is pretty cool. Like you said, if you get that house in that established neighborhood that goes up and it's priced right and it's nice, it's gone within 24 hours because there's just so little inventory.
Yeah.
I think, and I heard somebody say it this morning on my ride back home from the beach, they really think starting in September, rates are going to drop and this thing's going to heat back up really good.
Wow.
I think, again, whether this is good or bad, I'm not sure, but I think there's enough political pressure in Washington that that's going to happen. And I think it will cause things to heat back up really, really good, really quickly. May not be good long term. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But I do think the last quarter of this year has the potential to be really hot. With that said, I think part of that is if rates drop, house prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
So, it's a double-edged sword. Hopefully they won't. They shouldn't dramatically go up.
We needed it to cool off some. We needed prices to level down a little bit. And I think we could potentially get in a healthy balance.
I think so. I think the thing we need is that secondary market, the established neighborhoods in Florence, the families that either need to move up a little bit in home, and also I think even more the families that may need to, size down a little bit because a kid's gone to college or two kids have gone to college, or you just don't need that big of a house anymore. But you look at the size down house and it's going to cost you more than the house you have because of where interest rates are. Those people are stuck. But if we can get rates with a 5 in front of it,
Ooh, yeah,
that will open that market up.
There's people sitting on the sidelines waiting on that.
And I think that's where we see the big boom happen.
So what was, if we start talking about the different properties we've sold lately, one that stands out to me is the Louis Hopkins high-end custom in Windsor.
Yep.
That one didn't even really hit the market. It was just, and I think if it would have sat on the market, it would have had multiple offers. That was 3,500 square feet in the newest phase of Windsor. 750,000. Just there's demand.
We
for that.
sold it 5,000 over asking, before it hit the market, so that it would not hit the market. Huge demand for that. There's not a lot of that.
We've got another one coming up. Teddy's building a very similar house in Westbrook.
Okay,
I'm super interested. It should hit the market this week, and it's 3,300 square feet. Really, a Teddy cool house, good floor plan. 759, And I think it's going to move quickly.
Westbrook is an awesome neighborhood right on the golf course. Traces is a phenomenal
Course.
and there's not a lot of lots left there. So this is one of your last chances, whether you're talking about Westbrook or Windsor, to get in there with a new construction house.
That is that's the pent-up demand factor there. So then we've got, all right, so then what are some of the other developments we've got going?
Well, we've got, what's going on Crest Cove, which is a street name for a Summit neighborhood.
The Summit in West
the
Florence,
Summit
right
in
off
West Florence.
of Metters in the Oakdale area.
We've been talking about this floor plan that Louis built, which we just think it's 4-bed, 3-bath with the 4th bedroom and the 3rd bathroom being over the garage.
Yeah.
It's just a awesome floor plan, new construction. We've got 2 of those available right now, $342. And then we've got some incentives on top of that. So these are excellent homes that you can get into, new construction under $350.
That's perfect. I mean, the only reason that one hadn't sold yet is it hadn't been finished.
That's
I think
right.
we're getting updated pictures this week.
Yeah, updated pictures are coming Monday, so the 21st. And then when people see that, because it's a brand new floor plan that he hadn't built yet, and it's a different price point that's been in that neighborhood. So
that neighborhood had kind of pushed up in the 400 low to 400 range, and we've needed that right under 350 for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. That's going to do good. And we got a good many lots left over there, so we should keep some good inventory there. Then right around the corner, we've got Teddy Cottages on Left Bank and Peninsula.
Yeah.
And we've been really kind of slow to market with those, kind of getting them finished. And then once we put them on the market, they sell.
Yeah, as soon as they go on the market, they sell. They're very good looking homes.
They're cool.
They're so good.
They've just got the good vibe. They're, the person we actually had an email this morning from a lady that lives in Lexington.
Okay.
And she emailed us and said, I love Teddy Dowling's homes. There's nothing like that in Lexington. I've actually got 5 acres. I want you guys to come develop it and build these homes in Lexington because I think there's a huge demand for it.
Cool.
And I'm like, man, that is cool. I don't know how if we got the time to execute from that far away.
Yeah.
But that kind of tells you, Florence, we've got some housing options that places like Lexington don't quite have, or if they've got it, it's probably be at $800,000, and it's got to be a true custom,
Yeah, so just really good. I mean, very attractive homes. That's an intriguing thing. Lexington's a hot market.
Yeah.
So that would be cool to figure out how we could get in there, but I guess that's a conversation with Teddy.
Yeah. I think he'll probably want to look. Hey, we'll check it out.
Good real estate update.
Yeah.
So, good job, Robert.
See you next time.